Hey, scrappy people. It's Traci Reed here today, coming at you with a real-time pocket page process video. I'm doing this sort of series here whenever it actually happens of me scrapping in real time because sometimes your layouts don't have to take a long time to be adorable and cute. So I am using oh my goodness, the school simple set that I designed for Simple Stories a couple years ago. It's called Old School. So that Learn, Discover, Grow card and this card that I'm pasting this photo down onto, plus the three cards in the middle are all from that collection. And then the two bottom cards, one is a just something in my stash, and the other one is a pocket. I believe these were from Pebbles. I'm not sure. It was a million years ago that they came out, but I keep shuffling them around in my stash, and what better place to put a library pocket than on a school layout. So this was a layout that I was finishing up from March, I believe. It was the end-ish of Finn's second grade school year, and we were doing all of the fun things like you do at the end of the school year. So he had a zoology project, and his teacher is so adorable. She dressed them all up as zoologists with the hats, and they had paper bag vests that made them look like they were on safari. It was really cute. So I took some photos of him with his project when he came home, and of course he's a little ham. So that picture over there on the right is of him tipping his hat to me. And then the photo with the library card is of International Night at his school. They do a really cool, there's a lot of immigrants in his school, so what they do is every year they have an international night where there are booths set up with information about not all, but typically the countries where other kids come from in his school. So they set up booths with information, and the kids fill out little passports, and then there's food from each of those countries at some of the booths, and he likes to go to that. So it's a photo of him with some of the food, and then the top right card is actually not school related. It's just a funny picture. A friend of mine is getting her degree in some sort of special education advocacy. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but she needed a kid to fill out a spelling test to see how far he could get. And so Finn was taking her spelling test, and he had on his hat, and it just was a funny photo. So I just grouped it in with these photos because it's kind of school related. And that is just, so this page is just a roundup of all of that kind of stuff. I had so many educational related photos, I decided not to incorporate the photos into my project life, but rather just give them their own little pocket page. So I've just been going through and gluing things down, and I decided to glue down that photo of Finn at International Night onto the library card insert so that you could see both still, so it's a little bit offset, and it goes in that pocket. And that pocket is almost exactly 3x4. I will have to trim it down a little bit to get it into the plastic sleeve, but not enough for it to matter. So what I've got pulled out here on the side are a bunch of scraps from Allie Edwards collections that I thought maybe might work with these photos. I was just trying to clear out some Allie Edwards product before I got my new kit in, so yeah, I just pulled some of that stuff out. I've got some numbers. I've got 1, 2, and 3. I've got two different color ones. 1, 2, and 3 that I'm going to label the photos with, because what I'm going to do is create just like little stories and use that bottom card for my journaling. So I want to number the stories and the correlation to the photos that they go with. Then we have some cork pieces and some stars, and I have those letters as well, but I don't think I end up using them. I did use this Love This Season of Life because it is fun. The end of the school year is always fun in elementary school with all of the activities that they have going on and all of the fun things that they get to do. And this is my last kid in elementary school, so we're not going to have very much longer to actually enjoy the end of the school year instead of stress about finals. So I thought that the love this season of life was perfect. Plus the green really matches the green in that Learn, Discover, Grow card. So I adhered that down, and I also adhered a circular journaling label from another Ali Edwards kit because I knew I didn't have quite enough to say to fill up that whole lined card. So I gave myself a nice little journaling spot to keep it cohesive and not force myself to fill up the whole thing. So I'm just kind of going through and seeing what else I can add here. Of course, we are almost done with this page already. I only have about 4 minutes left of work. So obviously I don't over embellish this layout too much. Oh my gosh, pulling off the plastic off these numbers, yo. It takes forever for me to figure this out. It's probably why I have 4 minutes of this video left, more than anything else. But I got it. Yay. So we'll start with a 3. Maybe. I'm just gonna, I thought about putting it underneath so it like came in and out with the card, but I decided that in all likelihood, I'm never gonna pull that card out. So I wanted to make sure that 3 was visible. So I stuck it at the top there. And the 2 is going to go on the zoologist photo. Look at, I gave up on peeling the plastic off the rest of them. I was like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. And the 1 goes with Finn taking his little spelling test. Oh, I didn't fast forward the video there. I actually got a phone call. So it was just me cutting from one video to the other. I didn't do anything while the camera was off except adhere down that one. I am all for using up pieces that feel like you wouldn't actually use them. Like I like pulling out the pieces like that banner pennant sort of wood veneer that I feel like I struggle a little bit with things that are shaped like that. So I thought, well, heck, I'm just going to incorporate it into this layout and just to get it used up. And then, of course, once I have used one wood veneer, I have to pull in all of these star wood veneers. So I'm going to scatter some stars around the page because stars are perfect for school. Initially I pull out all of the same size, but I think I'm going to vary the sizes just a little bit through the whole page. I thought about using these, so there's another thing that I'm really struggling with, are these like mirrored yellow burst acrylic pieces. I still have all of them. I have never used them because I struggle with them so badly, making them work into any of my pages. I'm gonna have to Google or look at Ali's site or whatever and see what other people have done with them because I just cannot get them used. So I've got these stars scattered around and I'm going to glue them down, and I am just about done. Gotta add my journaling in still. So this page obviously came together in about 11 minutes, and I really like it when pages come together quickly, especially when I feel like this one has been sitting in pockets waiting for me to scrapbook it since March, obviously, because it was just kind of gave me a little bit of a roadblock. I didn't really feel overly inspired by it, so yay for it coming together adorably and quickly and getting it off of my plate so that I can move on to more recent photos and tell more recent stories. I'm still in the middle of my big catch up from taking a couple months off of scrapbooking, so I just finished March, And I've got a lot of April and May already scrapbooked. All of my photos are in pockets or in page protectors and ready to go. That is the only way I can stay caught up, is printing as I go, even if I'm not scrapbooking. But this page is all done. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.